Blunt Talk with LT episode 115. This episode is brought to you by StackWap.com. StackWap.com/shop for your SGE merch. Use promo code Blunt Talk, capital B, capital T, for 10% off everything in the SGE store. Okay, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the clips that you fucks with. Make sure you comment. It helps the algorithm and the growth of the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all that shit. Okay, we gonna jump right into it. We're trying to make more content for the page, more episodes per week. So we're gonna try this new 2 episodes a week minimum shit. We're gonna do that for the rest of the year and see how that goes, and then we're gonna move from there and see how many episodes we want to get out every week to stay engaged and stay showing love and showing support, and giving content to the supporters as the supporters show love to the show and continue to subscribe and continue to share the links and whatnot. So all right, let's get into it. Let's get right into the fuck shit. Before we get into any deep topics today, there's this viral video that's been going around. This woman throws a whole dog, okay? She throws a whole dog at this guy. So we're gonna watch this video. It's been circulating, it's been trending. It's pretty wild.
Why you holding the dog like that?
What? Hobson? Hobson is your bitch.
Bro, you got me in the middle of the street, bro.
Hobson thinks it's funny that
Hobson?
you're a loser.
Don't nobody listen to fucking Hobson.
Oh, they don't?
Are you off crack?
Are you on the Notorious Big?
Back up. See these rings, nigga? I'm rich. Exactly.
What do you have? Love in your life? If I took your mom and
for
your
real,
sister and your brother, do they really love you?
Listen, I feel bad for you.
If I really took your sister and your mother and your brother, do they really love you?
Back up.
If I really do that, do they really love you?
What are you talking about? Let me get back in my car, bro.
It's called the Mafia. It's called the military of the United States of America. You're black.
What'd you just say?
I said you're black.
So what?
Exactly.
So what if I'm fucking black? What's up?
So what if I'm fucking white?
I didn't say nothing about race, you racist bitch.
So what if you're from
You're
California
the one bringing
and
up
I'm
fucking
not?
race. I'm not from fucking California.
So where
what's
you
up?
from?
It doesn't matter. What's up? What do you want to do?
Utah?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Back up, bro.
Back up, bro.
Fucking
What's
weirdo.
your nasty?
Gee, what are you doing? Who are you?
I don't have an identity.
Why are you pulling up on me like this?
Do you look like
Where did you come
identity?
from? The fuck?
You look like you have an identity in the Illuminati.
Bro, if you was a dude.
Really, you're a Mercedes. That means a lot. Do you really want to be worth more than Mercedes or not?
Is that your dog? What the fuck? Come here. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb bitch. Whoa, back up. This is not your fucking dog. This is not your dog no more. I got a video of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
What's your name?
You going to jail, bitch.
I'm going to jail. I have a mental health record.
I don't give a fuck what you
mental
have.
health record since I was
Stop touching me, bro. Back up.
What's your name?
It don't matter.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, kid.
What'd she say? I think she said she had mental health record. I didn't hear that part the first time I heard that, or the first time I watched that clip. Fuck. Sucks for the dog. Hopefully the dog's okay. There's another clip. Let me watch the rest before I make any assumptions.
Training their kids to be prostitutes, That's like it, like just have some tits and have some fucking pot and just hang around, They're gonna definitely be the top of the class. Maybe you're wondering why. Unfortunately, why?
Why
The fucking Clintons are hanging out with pedophiles,
Who's telling you all this shit?
I mean, what do you think? I'm stupid?
Bro, you literally pulled up on me and threw a dog at me.
You stole my dog.
I didn't steal your dog. You threw the dog at me, so I took your shit because you threw the dog. You don't just be throwing dogs at people. You obviously are not. You can't have a dog.
That's my aunt G. What the fuck?
Like, bro,
It's really not like bro or anything like that. Like, my family has been in charge of the Romanovs for a while. And they said they don't want to mess up the carpet.
I don't know what you're saying.
The Galicians were in charge before the Romanovs. It's like, hey, let's hang out. We're in love.
Why are you trying to open my door? What are you doing?
The country, you know?
Back up.
Literally, like, back up.
Bro.
That's what the Galicians always do.
Bro.
Like, hey.
She threw this dog at me, G. She threw the dog at me. I got it on video, but she threw the dog. And now,
Put the face all over Facebook.
now she just.
Like Kardashians or something.
I'm trying to understand what my life is right now. I don't understand why the fuck I'm right. I don't get why you doing this. Why are you here? Go back to where did you come from? Look at
But I
her.
love you.
What?
What's your name? I love you. It's not that I'm gonna sex with you. I don't love you. I just want to love you. Is that a problem?
You what?
You want to smoke some weed?
Obviously.
You can't smoke nothing. You need to back up from my car. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Bro, back up. Please back up.
8 edibles.
Bro, there's a car behind me. There's a car behind me, bro. Back up.
Why don't you pull the car over?
Pull the car over for what? What do you?
Because you actually stole my dog.
I ain't steal your dog. You threw the dog at me, you dumb.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Clearly that girl suffers from some sort of mental health or is on some ridiculously potent, strong drug, some fentanyl or some weird shit like that, because that's not a skit. Some people are trying to act like it's fake. You won't throw a full dog at somebody, make the dog hit the ground, hurt itself, animal cruelty, all that bullshit will be on your ass. You're not going to do that if it's some skit. She legitly threw to the dog. She was crazy. She was staring in the man's eyes through the car window, saying she loves him. She's crazy. That woman is crazy, clearly on some crazy shit. I don't know if she's been titled a Karen. This is clearly mental health behavior. This isn't. I feel like a lot of people are using the word Karen wildly. Like, if she's not calling the police, she's not getting all wild and crazy and stupid and acting like she owns the place. That's not really a Karen. That's just a wild, crazy mental health woman right there that we're seeing there. Yeah, it's just wild. What else do we got here? Okay, so recently Dr. Umar Johnson did an interview with Lord Jamar on the United Mean Godcast. Lord Jamar, Rod Digga, and Godfrey. Godfrey wasn't present for that episode. It seems like they're trending. A lot of people are talking about their conversation because Dr. Umar Johnson got defensive when Lord Jamar brought up the fact that it's taken him 6 years to open the school, and the donors are concerned about what's going on. The people that want to donate are skeptical because there's no transparency and they don't know when the school is going to be built. And Dr. Umar Johnson was very defensive, was taking everything Lord Jamar was saying and saying that's only what the detractors say and the haters. But Lord Jamar was trying to come from a normal civilian, a normal interested person's standpoint. Dr. Umar Johnson wasn't having it. He claims that he was in this big head mode where he's like, everybody knows of me. Everyone knows my mission. And if you don't, you're full of shit. You're a hater, a detractor, kind of just feeling himself a little bit. But a lot of his shit didn't make sense, because if he's so renowned and so supported and so this, that, and that, then he would probably not be struggling to come up with the money. It would be a lot easier for him to raise the money, because what he said when Lord Jamar was trying to advise him, because he has a stepfather who has the same type of journey and path, and he's made it where Dr. Umar Johnson wants to make it with a completed school and, kids in the school or whatever. And he tried to give him that type of information. Umar Johnson was not there for listening to other people. He said he was talking about all his friends and all his people. Them are educators, and he doesn't need this and blah, blah, blah. But Lord Jamar is looking at it like, well, if you don't need it and you just need finances and you're really this world-renowned educator, then why aren't the finances coming? Why aren't people donating more? If all you need is the finances, and if all you need is the finances, if you're the number one, black educator, blah, 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 how could you not come up with the finances? So there's a lot of tricky questions, a lot of stickiness, a lot of people claiming that Dr. Umar Johnson is never going to actually open the school. He's been having enough money from time, and he's not going to open the school. There's a lot of people that are pulling up videos now and saying that he filed incorrect thing on his taxes or going too much in on his life. I'm not going to go and try to dig into the particulars of his life and do independent research on the person's life and dig up his life file. But for the most part, what is public knowledge, I'll speak on. It just seems a little weird that it took you 6.5 years and you're still not done, and you're talking about money for electrical and HVAC, and you have the building, but you can't even disclose the address of the building or where anything's going to be. A lot of weirdness, a lot of reasons to not trust Dr. Umar Johnson if you're a supporter or a potential donor. Lord Jamar did his best job being professional, not going in on Dr. Umar Johnson, not getting at him when he was getting agitated and doing the most. He stayed relaxed and conducted himself professional through the interview, so shout out to him for that. At the end of the interview, it seemed like they were good. They were cordial. They weren't on, angry terms. It seems like they had a decent interview, although the fans and everybody else seen it differently because we want answers from Dr. Umar Johnson. But it is what it is. It seems like he's always going to get defensive when it comes to that shit. I don't know if the school's ever going to be built. I don't really support his all-boys school idea. I feel like there should definitely be girls in the school too, but that's just me. We'll see if it gets built. It is what it is. What else do we got here? Okay, so 50 Cent. 50's getting dragged on Twitter and on social media, but somewhat kind of like, you didn't really get it like Ice Cube. I'll get to that later. But for the most part, people are dragging 50 because he's out on the Biden campaign, said the taxes are too high. He said 62% taxes. He must be crazy. Let me just pull up the tweet or the Instagram post that's getting 50 canceled, because my memory's not working that well for me to just remember that off the dome. What do we got here? Okay, there we go. He said, "What the fuck? Vote for Trump. I'm out. Fuck New York. The Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. 60%. Are you out of your fucking mind?" And he's talking about 62% California tax rate, and New York is New York 62 as well. Yeah, New York City 62%. 50's a New Yorker. So clearly he's concerned with New York City. That's way too high tax. I get why people in that type of tax bracket are gonna look at it and be like, holy shit, that's too much. But voting in New York City, you can vote for Trump all you want. New York is a Democratic state. They're always going to be Democratic. If you're in California, you can vote for whoever you want. It's always going to be Democratic. So it's like, it is what it is with that. I don't take that too serious. 50 seemed like he was in his comedy bag, like, fuck these taxes, Biden, do something for us type of shit. But it's like, it is what it is. It really doesn't matter. It's like, people could have their own political interest and vote for whoever they want for whatever reason they want. The problem with the Democrats and what the Democrats keep doing is they say anybody that votes for Trump is either stupid or a racist. And they keep saying that, and that does not help anybody's cause. It doesn't help anybody say, I want to vote for Democrats. What are the Democrats doing for the people that is going to be any different than Trump? What is the Democrats doing for the black community that's going to be anything different than Trump? Is the Democrats going to be good for the economy? Like, what is your platform that you're standing on? You can't just be like, this is not Trump, or lesser of two evils. And for people to not be able to have an opinion or go either way, and then them to be a slave of what the community wants you to think. We have to be a monolith. Everyone needs to think of one perspective, and if you don't, then you're being exiled from the community. And we're automatic Democrat supporters. Like that, for me, that's ridiculous. Certain states, your vote means nothing. I'm sorry. People say, get out there and vote. Like, if you're in a traditional red state or a blue state and it's constantly red or blue and you never see any change, then it's like your vote really doesn't matter. I'm sorry to break it to you. And if you are in a swing state, or you're one of those states that really matters, the Floridas, the Ohios, it's like your vote does matter, and vote who the hell you want. Vote for your personal interest. It's like, yeah, it's important to tell everybody to go out there and vote, but vote for your personal interest. Vote locally. At the end of the day, you want to support your community, but more actions come from actual actions from the people. The government's not going to save your ass. So it is what it is. I don't really like talking politics too much on this shit because, I got dragged for my opinion on Bernie Sanders a while ago when he was on a show with Whoopi Goldberg. But it is what it is. I don't really care if people have differing political views as me. I just don't like to talk about politics too much because it gets depressing and gross. So, what else do we got here? Okay, so, jeez. Cardi B. Let's talk Cardi B. Cardi B deletes her Twitter account after fans criticize her for taking Offset back. When it comes to being a celebrity, a public figure, putting your relationship out there so much, giving everybody the details of your relationship, updating them on the status of your relationship whenever you break up, going through problems, all that shit, a lot of the times it backfires and it's not good to put your information out there. So she probably had enough of people chiming in, giving their opinion, and it probably got to her to the point where she's like, fuck it, I'm just going to deactivate my Twitter for a while. I don't want to hear the shit. But the better move was, the thing is, it's not even like she put her business out there. When she filed the divorce, news outlets and everyone picked it up because it's public information. It's not like she went out there and been like, yeah, I'm filing for divorce. She had to say that after all the information and all the news got out there. But nonetheless, if you don't want anyone to speak on your relationship or you don't want anything, you shouldn't put it out there and you shouldn't be a public relationship if you don't want other people's opinions. It's way too late for Cardi and Offset for that one, but at the end of the day, that's just the risk you take. Whenever you're a public figure, whatever you put out there, it's going to be criticized. And for me, it's like, I understand that public people are still humans. They still have feelings. They still have emotions. But you know what it is when you sign up for this job. If I'm getting dragged for something I say on my show, it's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know what I signed up for. Every public figure knows what they sign up for. That's why it's hard for me to feel sympathy. But, do your thing. Retreat. Next time, don't make your relationship so public. But it is what it is. What else do we got here? Okay, so Baby Blue charged for $24 million for a COVID scam. This is kind of old news. How did this make the podcast list? Baby Blue. This is like a week ago news. Still sucks. $24 million scam. How are you gonna get out of that? The government's gonna be on your ass. They're gonna want every dollar back. You might go to jail. Yikes. Baby Blue is a member from Pretty Ricky. Last seen on Love and Hip Hop, I believe. This is a non-story. What else do we got here? I don't even think I spoke on the Lakers winning the championship since the Lakers won the championship. LeBron got that fourth finals MVP. GOAT debates everywhere. I'll speak more on the basketball topics and this the GOAT debate and the championship on Ball Talk Daily. Make sure you subscribe to Ball Talk Daily podcast. YouTube episodes are coming out very soon. So there's new episodes right now, so subscribe to Ball Talk Daily on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, all them shits. Make sure you subscribe. It's also on stackwap.com, and it will be on YouTube. So when that YouTube channel starts popping, you'll see those uploads pop up in your algorithm. Make sure you subscribe. Ball Talk Daily. What else do we got here? Okay, so that Joe Rogan shit. The Joe Rogan Spotify thing, in my personal opinion, okay, so if anyone hasn't noticed, there's rumors about Joe Rogan and his Spotify deal, and a lot of the Spotify employees saying that if they don't get to censor or review certain things that Joe Rogan does or certain conversations and people that he has on the podcast, that an X amount of them will quit and walk out the building. And there was this huge stir for the past couple of weeks about Joe Rogan and his Spotify and certain episodes not being there and him being censored and Joe Rogan selling out. And people are surprised because there's all these stories, so much YouTubers, so many creators speaking on it. Joe Rogan has not spoken on it. And my theory is that this is just their promotional run. They're using outrage culture to promote the fact that Joe Rogan is on Spotify. They heard the whole Joe Budden shit going on with Spotify, all sorts of back and forth, people having their opinions on Twitter and a lot of chirping, a lot of discussion around the whole Joe Budden Spotify working, Spotify being cheap, Spotify doing X, Y, and Z, Spotify being slimy, Joe Budden not doing proper business, all these talks that you hear from the situation. They just said, I feel like Spotify doubled down. They're like, you know what? We're going to use this because this is promotion. This is keeping our name in headlines. This is keeping us trending. Let's do this instead of doing all these expensive billboards and stuff. Let's just promote it this way with this outrage talk. And then Joe Rogan's going to continue doing his show. People are going to continue looking for certain things in his episodes. He's not even speaking on it because it doesn't concern him. I do not believe any of the chatter. I don't believe any of the Spotify employees want to censor it. No one wants to censor music. It's a streaming platform. No one wants to censor anything on that, but all of a sudden Joe Rogan comes there and all of a sudden all these employees, 25% of them want to walk out if they don't get to censor it or review it. And a lot of it being behind political reasons. I don't believe that. I believe that this whole thing is a promo run. And I feel like it's smart because outrage culture doesn't really stop anything. It makes headlines for a little bit. People get all wild and be like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to cancel this. No one cancels anything. And they continue making business. We've seen it happen with Gucci, that outrage. Gucci's still doing numbers. We've seen it happen with H&M. H&M in the monkey sweater or whatever, still doing numbers. People still shopping there. We've seen it happen with Starbucks. We've seen it happen with all these corporations doing these type of things and just benefiting off of the promotion and their name constantly being in the media sphere and getting coverage off of the outrage. And the outrage does not set them back. So it's like, why not? It's a good idea. It's a good marketing ploy. I don't see why I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Okay, so what else do we got here? Let's move on to something else. Okay, so Dr. Dre's wife, or I guess we call her ex-wife now, is being investigated after supposedly touching money from Dre's account during their divorce settlement after she requested $2 million a month, which that got denied. So Dr. Dre's winning all over this divorce right now. A lot of her wild requests of a lot of the money that she's wanted has been denied. She's been losing the claims, and now that she's being investigated for touching money and stealing money, apparently, it's like this is not a good look for Dr. Dre's wife. Divorce situations are always sticky. I'm pretty sure he had a prenup prior, so she's just really trying to extract as much money as she possibly can, trying to come up, but it doesn't seem like it's going through for her. Dr. Dre's taking another W in this divorce case. A lot of men are watching this shit because a lot of men are making money and they're looking at their prenups and being like, yo, if Dr. Dre loses this case and this girl's able to extract half of his money with the prenup set in place, what type of precedent does it set for the rest of us? And all these rich motherfuckers is looking at their money like, hell nah.
Shit getting out of hand.
Hell nah, Dre. You got to do it for the rest of us. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm probably going to wrap it up. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the episode. A little bit under the weather right now, so if the energy is a little weak on the podcast, that's what it is. But make sure you subscribe to the podcast, share the clips, like the clips that you like, that you fucks with. Make sure that you comment, engage with the community, all that shit. Yeah, we out here. Yeah.